Earth, the only known source of life in the entire universe. Rich and diverse, Earth is a complex world of delicate balances and dynamic cycles. Because of this constant evolution, 99% of all species that have inhabited Earth are now extinct. For human life, Earth provides us with everything we need to survive and to thrive. But with the strain of overpopulation, pollution, and uncontrolled development, how long will our fragile ecosystem be able to support life? Science has taught us a great deal about our planet's past, and through science, ingenuity, and technology, we have the power to ensure our place in its future. So join us in a place where predicting the future is as simple as meeting the amazing individuals and companies who are creating that future. Explore the frontiers of technology as new ways are developed to address mankind's greatest challenge. Discover the innovations that will not only safeguard our continued existence, but will provide a better life for us today and for generations to come. The future is in our hands.
Being green is an important facet of a company's business plan today. Sustainability is a key word in corporate America, and many businesses are taking leadership roles in not only becoming greener themselves, but in helping their customers and the world at large develop green awareness and habits. Let's visit one that's doing just that.
American railroads have played a major role in the growth and development of North America since the middle of the 19th century. They've also served as a vital link for trade, commerce, and travel, and helped open vast regions of the North American heartland for settlement.
Headquartered in Fort Worth, Texas, BNSF Railway operates one of the largest railroad networks in North America. The railroad started more than 160 years ago in 1849, when the 12-mile Aurora Branch Railroad was founded in Illinois. And today, BNSF operates about 1,300 trains daily across a 32,000-mile rail network in 28 states and 2 Canadian provinces, making an enormous contribution to the American economy by moving the goods people need in their daily life. BNSF was created on September 22, 1995, from the merger of the Burlington Northern Railroad and the Atchison, Topeka, and Santa Fe Railway. On February 12, 2010, BNSF became a Berkshire Hathaway company. Rail is the most environmentally friendly mode of surface transportation. The rail industry moves more than 40% of the nation's freight tonnage, while accounting for only 2.4% of all transportation-related greenhouse gas emissions.
Well, even though the railroad industry has been around for 150 years, and people think of it as an old industry, a lot of technology has developed, particularly in the last 20 to 30 years, to really make rail more environmentally friendly. In fact, our new Evolution Series locomotives reduce fuel consumption by 15% and reduce emissions by 40% over the previous generation of locomotives. When you think about the 3 to 4 times more fuel efficient train versus a truck, if we took 10% of the current freight off the highways and moved it to rail, we would save 1 billion gallons of fuel in the U.S. in 1 year alone.
Rail is 3 to 4 times more fuel efficient than moving goods and products by truck. BNSF trains can move 1 ton of freight up to 495 miles on just 1 gallon of diesel fuel. In 2009, 3.9 million intermodal shipments, truck trailers or containers, were transported on BNSF's rails instead of on the nation's congested highways. Each intermodal freight train can remove 280 or more trucks from our highways, the equivalent of 1,100 automobiles, drastically reducing congestion and pollution while saving energy.
Well, the U.S. rail industry is really the envy of the world from a freight movement perspective. There really isn't another freight rail network like what we have in the U.S. anywhere else in the world. And what the freight rail network provides is a lower cost, more fuel efficient, more environmentally friendly means of transportation for our nation's goods. And those goods come from all over the world, and so it really helps make the U.S. supply chain more competitive in the world markets. As we continue to work toward more environmentally friendly solutions with rail, there's really a couple of aspects that make it so important. First, it's good business. If we can prove to our customers and prove to the communities that we live and operate in that we are working hard to be more environmentally friendly, they're going to want to do more business with us. But secondarily, it's good citizenship. We live and work in the communities that we operate, and we want clean air, clean water, and a clean environment, not only for our own families, but for the families of the neighborhoods and the communities that we serve.
Rail can move large volumes of freight long distances more cost effectively, more fuel efficiently, and more safely than other modes of surface transportation. And it does all of this in a way that has less impact on the environment than almost any other form of surface transportation.
To learn more about BNSF Railway, log on to www.bnsf.com.
The University of Washington is one of the oldest public universities on the West Coast, and today it's also one of the greenest. A flagship university with thriving campuses in Seattle, Tacoma, and Bothell, the UW is a global leader in environmental research, education, and practice. Let's visit Seattle and get a glimpse of some of the exciting things they're doing.
For 150 years, the UW has been the intellectual cornerstone for what has become one of the most productive and progressive cultures in history. With companies like Boeing, Microsoft, Starbucks, and Amazon.com as neighbors, the UW sits in the epicenter of innovation and entrepreneurialism. And at the UW and throughout the Northwest, a shared spirit of discovery leads to greater knowledge and better answers, where the best and the brightest are working to meet the biggest and most important challenges of this generation.
Seattle is one of the greenest cities and Washington one of the most geographically diverse states in the country. We're surrounded by stunning mountains, rainforests, farmland, and the ocean, and stewarding the environment is just part of our DNA. We have been the home to the strongest constellation of environmental and intellectual talent in the world, and our on-campus efforts have resulted in numerous awards and a top sustainability ranking.
The oceans cover nearly 70% of our planet. Their dynamic behavior drives many of the ecosystems essential to our quality of life on Earth. But the oceans are complex, difficult to study, and largely unexplored. Researchers at the University of Washington are helping to change that. With funding from the U.S. National Science Foundation's Oceans Observatories initiative, the university is developing a cabled underwater facility that will enable researchers to detect, follow, and even forecast changes in the oceans. This bold new approach utilizes fiber optic cable and state-of-the-art instruments permanently installed in the Northeast Pacific Ocean. The cable will carry continuous streams of near real-time data via the internet to shore-based scientists, policymakers, students, and the public.
One of the problems we have today in oceanography is that there are many events that take place and we simply aren't there in order to capture them. This new capability that we will have with the Ocean Observatory Initiative, particularly the regional scale nodes component, will be robots and sensor packages that are moving continuously through the ocean or stationed in the ocean, collecting data in real time. That allows us to detect and respond to major events that we can then track and measure the energetics, the chemistry, the biological consequences. It's very, very powerful. It's next generation oceanography in a nutshell.
From deep-sea volcanoes to giant storms, the Oceans Observatories Initiative will allow all of us to view the ocean environment in ways we never imagined.
Above and below the surface of the Earth, our students and faculty are working to find less polluting and more efficient means of energy generation, utilization, and storage. One team is looking at whether ocean and pond life can be a source of environmentally friendly fuels. One type of algae might produce oil for motor vehicles, another might be useful for home heating. Yet another might be just right for powering an airliner across the Pacific Ocean. and others might be useful for consumable products such as omega-3 fatty acids that make fish oil dietary supplements so popular.
Researchers in chemistry and engineering are also looking at ways to harness the sun's energy through creating flexible organic solar cells. After all, solar energy is safe and limitless. And if we're successful in developing an affordable, accessible form of capturing solar energy, it will be a benefit to not only the environment, but to the economy and society as a whole. And doctoral students in engineering and forest resources, some of whom are Native American, are partnering with Native American tribes to develop sustainable resources for energy production by researching potential bioenergy projects tailored to forests and Northwest tribal lands. The goal is to create economic benefits for the tribe, a cleaner environment through green power, and fewer uncontrolled forest fires as logging debris is removed.
These are just a few of the many ways that we're working to sustain and improve the environment. We're very serious about our own campus's sustainability practices, and we've been nationally recognized for our efforts to reduce our carbon footprint. Many of these efforts were conceived and led by our very active student groups.
Recently, UW students dedicated part of their student fees to create the Campus Sustainability Fund that will support student-run projects, increase the university's sustainability, and reduce its environmental impact.
The student group Green Coalition facilitates collaboration among the multiple student organizations involved in protecting the environment. Students expressing environmental dedication, or SEED, initiated a campus recycling program, the installation of front-of-house compost bins in the dining facilities, a student-run pea patch garden, and a light bulb exchange program with Seattle Public Utilities.
We're all concerned about the world that our children will inherit, but few places on earth offer more spectacular and constant reminders of just how much we have to lose than here in Seattle. So it's only natural that the UW has taken a global leadership role in sustainability. And that's why we recently created a College of the Environment, to build on the already extensive educational offerings and research involving the environment. This new college will leverage our vast capabilities in our research and understanding of our planet, predicting how it will change, and developing methods and solutions to sustain and steward and improve the environment.
Every day, it seems, we're facing new environmental challenges, from climate change to oil spills to fuel shortages. Clearly, we need to understand more about our environment and the impact we're having on it. With over 600 faculty and staff, more than 70 research labs, and 20 different degree programs, the University of Washington's College of the Environment is truly engaged with the world. We do research on every continent and in every ocean. We're shaping the next generation of environmental leaders. These are people that are going to think differently and act more responsibly and be better prepared for a world that gets smaller every day.
The University of Washington is at the forefront of bringing new ideas, new approaches, and new ways to live and work green to the table. So it's easy to see why the UW is high on the list of almost every ranking of America's greenest colleges and universities. Their broad range of expertise is driving research, creating new knowledge, and fostering strategic partnerships that can better preserve and even improve our natural and created environments.
To learn more about the University of Washington and its sustainability programs and initiatives, log on to uw.edu.
Since 1943, when it was founded by the Dow Chemical Company and Corning Incorporated to explore the potential of the silicon atom, Dow Corning has been creating new markets and innovating creative ways to serve customer needs throughout the world. With an amazing array of products and expertise serving virtually every industry, Dow Corning is passionate about its concern for the environment as well as the health and welfare of its employees, customers, and communities. The company believes that a framework for sustainability requires a top-down and bottom-up approach. So, as a company, it's working hard to help invent a more sustainable future for us all. Let's visit Dow Corning's corporate headquarters in Midland, Michigan, to see how they do it.
The list of how silicones and silicon-based materials can improve our world is as long as the imagination and as broad as society's needs. They can do so much, from helping to make buildings more comfortable, aesthetically pleasing, and energy efficient, to enabling solar technology to not only be cost competitive, but also available to everyone, everywhere. In addition to renewable and energy-saving technologies, we're focusing more of our innovations on sustainable solutions for our world. We're thinking strategically about sustainability, integrating it into everything we do, because we believe sustainability is not just a concept, it's a way of life. Besides being smart business, it serves the greater good.
Escalating fossil fuel prices and decreasing petroleum reserves are renewing the world's focus on alternative energy. The sun shines, the wind blows. Dow Corning silicones and silicon-based materials are helping the world capture the energy of the sun and the wind that otherwise would be wasted. Never in modern history has it been more important to develop clean, renewable alternative energy sources. Consider this. Enough energy comes from the sun in 1 hour to power the global population for a year. Though the promise of solar energy has remained elusive, Dow Corning is helping to harness it today.
Making solar energy economically competitive with traditional energy sources is a corporate priority for Dow Corning, directly linked to our commitment to sustainability. We are focusing our efforts on 4 critical industry needs, building on the proven performance of silicon-based materials developed by Dow Corning. These critical areas are providing a reliable supply of materials to support continued growth of the solar industry, reducing total cost, increasing the amount of energy produced over the lifetime, and improving the durability and general performance of photovoltaic modules.
To continue the solar industry's growth, it's important to assure a reliable supply of solar energy's most important raw material, polycrystalline silicon. Dow Corning has a leading role in this effort through its joint venture, Hemlock Semiconductor Group, among the world's largest producer of polycrystalline silicon. Solar panels can transform light from the sun into power for homes, public facilities, and manufacturing sites. The raw material for solar cells is silicon metal. Because silicones stand up under the sun's unrelenting rays, they add value throughout the solar cell manufacturing, module assembly and installation process as encapsulants, coatings, potting agents, and sealants. Another of the world's fastest growing sources of renewable energy is wind power. Dow Corning contributes to this growth with technologies that improve turbine reliability, increase efficiency, and help reduce costs of ownership. As the demand for more clean and renewable power increases, wind turbines are getting larger and are often placed in remote locations with harsher environments. Today, leading wind turbine designers, manufacturers, and operators around the world are turning to Dow Corning to find solutions that can help increase the operational service time as well as the life of wind turbines.
We are committed to not only developing sustainable energy solutions for others, we're also using it ourselves. For example, we're specifying renewable energy sources, primarily wind, to help power our own corporate headquarters. We've also installed solar panels at several of our facilities around the world. In addition to our solar, wind, and other renewable energy initiatives, we believe the most sustainable energy is the energy one does not use. Today, buildings account for about 40% of the total energy consumption. Dow Corning is helping building owners, architects, and builders properly design buildings to increase energy savings. For example, Dow Corning brand silicone structural glazing systems minimize air infiltration, resulting in the potential for more energy-efficient performance. Our silicone sealants and water repellents help buildings last longer and retain more of their original materials. We believe in a sustainable future, and every day we're learning more about how to unleash the power of silicon to create more innovative, efficient, and sustainable solutions for everyone, everywhere.
Whether harnessing solar power and wind energy, helping to develop green buildings, or in a multitude of other ways, Dow Corning is committed to sustainability by providing products and solutions that improve the quality of life of people around the globe.
As a leading global developer, supplier, and expert in silicon-based materials, Dow Corning is uniquely positioned to help customers, governments, and communities to harness the versatility of these truly amazing materials to invent a future that is more innovative, efficient, and sustainable for us all.
To learn more about Dow Corning, its products, and programs, visit www.dowcorning.com.
Navistar International is one of America's oldest and most successful companies. It traces its roots back to the mid-1800s, when Cyrus McCormick liberated farm workers from hours of back-breaking labour with the invention of the mechanical reaper. McCormick's International Harvester Company was an industry leader more than 150 years ago. And today, as Navistar International, it's at the cutting edge of the transportation industry, as a leader in hybrid and alternative fuel commercial vehicles.
Since 1902, Navistar has been a leading producer of medium trucks, heavy trucks, and severe service vehicles. It is the first company to begin line production of hybrid commercial trucks. Now in 2010, Navistar is deploying purpose-built all-electric commercial trucks.
Recently, Navistar was awarded a $39.2 million US Department of Energy grant to deploy all-electric vehicles. This is a great example of how private industry and the government can work together to create jobs and to bring technologically advanced vehicles to market. The vehicle will be sold as an E-Star in the United States, and we plan to deploy up to 400 vehicles this year, ramping up to several thousand vehicles over the next couple of years. This is a zero tailpipe emissions vehicle, making it perfect for deliveries in residential areas. There are a couple of ways to develop an electric vehicle. Either you could convert an existing fossil-fueled vehicle to an electric powertrain, or you could design the vehicle from the ground up to be an electric vehicle. The E-Star is born to be electric. This allows us to remain current with technologies, as we can exchange the battery in less than 20 minutes.
The vehicle also has a striking, eye-catching design and allows commercial fleets to brand it in any way that indicates their commitment to sustainable transportation. The sides of the truck can also be used as mobile billboards. A 75 kilowatt motor is powered by an 80 kilowatt hour battery cassette, delivering 103 horsepower and 220 foot-pounds of torque. As an electric vehicle, it has a consistent torque, so acceleration is impressive and more than adequate for an urban commercial truck. Other cutting-edge technology on board includes regenerative braking, which sends the energy generated while braking back to the battery to extend its range. Production units include the convenience of 10 kilowatt onboard charging systems, which allow a fleet to transfer the unit to various depots and terminals without the hassle of ensuring a charging station is available. Charging is accomplished using 220-volt split phase, allowing for a complete recharge overnight.
Not only is the electric vehicle great for the environment, it's a lot of fun to drive.
By developing clean vehicle technologies that reduce fuel consumption and greenhouse gas emissions, Navistar's International Truck and Engine Corporation has been able to deliver significant savings to the customer's bottom line and at the same time help them reduce their overall carbon footprint. Their zero-emissions all-electric delivery vehicle that is currently under development will be a giant step forward in the greening of the commercial trucking industry.
To learn more about the Navistar electric vehicle, log on to www.navistar.com.
As you know, this is the 40th anniversary of Earth Day. 2010 also marks the 40th anniversary of a Napa Valley, California winery, noted for its green earth-friendly approach to growing grapes and making wine. The Deleuze family has been crafting world-class wines since 1969, with a focus on producing rich, flavorful wines using traditional techniques and ecological practices. ZD Wines uses a multi-pronged, environmentally sensitive approach to grape growing and winemaking. These efforts include organic farming, solar power, recycling, and the use of earth-friendly alternatives in pursuit of their ultimate goal, the production of great-tasting, world-class wines. ZD Wines are not only green in their vineyards and wine production process, their entire operation is run exclusively on solar power, the cleanest, most abundant renewable energy source available. The ZD solar panels could power roughly 22 homes annually. That equates to removing 16 cars from the road, or removing the same amount of CO2 from the atmosphere that would take 32 acres of forest to do. So let's drink a toast to Earth Day by raising a glass of your favorite ZD wine and let the sun shine. To learn more about ZD wines, visit zdwines.com. We have literally looked throughout the world for businesses and institutions that are making significant contributions to making Earth a greener, healthier place to live, work and play. What we've just seen makes me appreciate what a commitment to sustainability can mean to a company, its employees, customers, community, and the world at large. It's a commitment we all should share.
Thank you.